I've not eaten bread for about a month and a half, and my body feels good. I don't feel like all my digestive issues are solved, but I feel like it's made a huge difference. Not eating bread, not eating sugar. Now, sure, I'm probably having some sugar here and there. I'm probably having some wheat here and there, It's not been perfect. I had fried chicken on Saturday. I had someone say to me that they said, I told them I had not eaten bread in a month. And then they saw me eating a fried chicken finger, and they go, does that not count as bread? And I go, well, yeah, technically. But it's not like eating a sandwich. I went to some places, and people recommended me, corned beef sandwiches, pastrami sandwiches, Reubens, things that I love. I went back to Richmond, Virginia, and I knew the restaurant that had the greatest sandwich in the world no longer had that sandwich. So I didn't even search it out. But I'm sure there were other places. I've not had one of those. I've not had a hamburger. I've not had a sandwich of any kind, a wrap, anything like that. So, yeah, the fried chicken, there's probably some wheat in there, but it's not a heavily breaded chicken. And I'm not trying to not eat bread like I don't eat pork, right? Like when I say I don't eat pork, I don't eat regular marshmallows because it's made with pork gelatin. You have to find kosher marshmallows, which are made with fish gelatin. And believe me, everybody thinks that's weird. But kind of once you discover that marshmallows are made with pork gelatin, you almost don't even want to eat marshmallows anymore. You know what I mean? Not that I'm eating a lot of marshmallows out here, but you know what I mean? It's like, that's disgusting. Even fish gelatin, it's like, what? You're putting weird animal gelatins in there? It's like gummy bears, all that kind of stuff. Even organic gummy things are made with gelatins from animals. And, sometimes I'll make a bone broth. I went to the farmer's market, and the beef stand at the farmer's market will sell bones, random bones of the cow, frozen, that you can make soups out of. So I bought some bones. I put some herbs in there, some water, and I brought it to a boil and then let it steep for about, 18 hours, something like that. The lady told me she would do it for 24 hours, but I let it go for 18. And it was delicious. But once you eat some of it and then put it in the fridge, and it congeals like Jell-O. So you see that gelatin, and I'm okay with it because once you heat it back up, it goes to soup. It's supposed to be really healing for the stomach, good for the joints, helps build your own collagen back up. And you eat that, but you see it all jelly-like, and you go, ugh, that's in a marshmallow? That's in a gummy bear? And that's disgusting. I think that is so gross. Marshmallows are kind of gross anyway. I used to like them. You know what I used to like? And I probably still like them, but homemade Rice Krispie treats. My goodness. Me and my sister used to make homemade Rice Krispie treats. Just Rice Krispies, just marshmallows. People nowadays make them. They want to throw Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops in there. I'm like, no. You're throwing it off. Just marshmallows and Rice Krispies. It's delicious. Even they started making Rice Krispies like pre-made that you could buy in the store and that you just open them up, and that not the same. You need a good hot homemade Rice Krispie. Gosh, that's good. We used to tear that up. I guess you want butter in there, too. You need butter in the pan so that it doesn't stick. Me and my sister used to make a cheese dip. This was growing up in the trailer park. We probably had margarine. It was Country Crock in a tub. And we would take American cheese slices, And then we would, tear it up and put a little of that country crock margarine in there and put that in the microwave for 30 seconds to a minute and let it melt, and then eat that as a hot cheese dip with Lay's potato chips. It's delicious. But that is how I grew up, which is probably why my stomach is bad. I think my sister also has a fair amount of stomach problems. The only person in my family that doesn't seem to have any kind of stomach problems at all is my mom. My mom, eats pretty bad. She listens to the podcast, but she does eat pretty bad. My mom eats a lot of gummy bears. She'll make trips and eat a lot of gummy bears, but she seems to have no problems. She's in her 70s. She gets around great. She's like, you would not know she's that age at all. And we speculate that it's because my mom grew up probably eating, her mom and dad had a garden always, and she probably grew up just eating great food. So the first half of her life, at least, she was eating great food. It was later all the processed stuff rolled in on us. And then I grew up on the processed stuff. And I don't blame anybody, right? I don't think anybody knew any better. I always think about this. My mom and dad both grew up a farming lifestyle, so it was probably hard. It was hard all the time out in the garden. I enjoy the garden, but I don't have to live by the garden. But everybody had to be out there, and they had to work so hard. So when canned stuff started to roll in, they were like, oh, this is so much easier. You mean I can get a thing of canned corn, and I don't have to actually grow corn? So it's like, it seems like everybody was like, oh, this is so much easier. I never want to go back to the old way.